Woo! What's up, fam? Are you thinking of heading to Singapore on your next trip? From the numerous times we visited, I'm going to show you guys 5 fabulous reasons why you need to visit Singapore on your next trip with kids. In this video, I'll be running through how family friendly it is, what to do in Singapore with kids each sharp day. Let's get into it. First up, Singapore is safe, clean, and super family friendly. There's malls like everywhere you go. Every 2 steps you take, you'll come across a really large Asia-sized mall. And of course, they'll have toilets and baby change facilities, making it super easy to get around with small kids to keep them entertained and keep them cool in Singapore weather. It's also super easy to get around in Singapore. They have a very developed and sophisticated subway system. You don't even have to wait long. They come around every few minutes and pretty much connects you to almost everywhere. There's also taxis that are very affordable, and of course there's also Grab, which is like the equivalent of Uber in Southeast Asia, which is very safe, very reliable, and very affordable. Singapore is really safe day and night. We didn't come across any crazy people, any rowdy drunk people, any sus people or pickpockets or anything like that. We never really felt unsafe with our kids. And of course, it is the most developed city in Southeast Asia. Yes, people actually obey traffic rules. Unlike the other parts of Southeast Asia where you're putting your life at risk by crossing the road, you got none of that in Singapore. It's super safe. The roads are really well developed and it's easy to push a pram. It's easy to push a pram around. There are tons of activities to do for the whole family. First up being Singapore Zoo. In my opinion, or in our opinion, the best zoo in the world that we have been to thus far. It's 100% worth it making a trip out there with or without kids. You just need to see it. It's amazing. The entire setting is like a lush jungle with free roaming monkeys swinging around above you in the trees. There's water play areas, kids play areas, there's climbing obstacles, shows, and so much more. Take a look at our most recent video right here, which takes you on a tour through the Singapore Zoo if you want to take a look inside. Then there's Gardens by the Bay. I mean, can you even say you've been to Singapore without having been to Gardens by the Bay? No, you can't. It's pretty much located right opposite Marina Bay Sands, and the area features a huge children's outdoor playground with water features and adventure obstacles and everything like that. There's also a massive flower dome, another epic dome with a huge man-made waterfall inside, a lake walk, art sculptures, and so much more. It's pretty much the most incredible man-made garden you'll have ever seen in your life. And if you haven't had enough of gardens after that, make sure you go check out the Singapore Botanic Gardens, located at the fringe end of Orchard Road. The garden itself is 158 years old. It's also home to the Jacob Ballers, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a children's garden as well for outdoor adventure play, located inside the Botanic Gardens. There's also East Coast Beach Park. This, guys, is a local hidden gem, kind of like offbeat, but not. I mean, locals know about it. It's an actual sand beach where locals come on weekends and have barbecues in the park, kick a ball, just hang out with the fam, and you can swim, and there's actually sand. There is Sentosa Island and Universal Studios. So if you've got the time to spare on your trip to Singapore, take a trip down there where you can chill by the beach, take a cable car, stroll through yet another mall, or check out the aquarium. And of course, one of the main reasons why people go there is because of Universal Studios. Now, we didn't get around to doing this on our most recent trip, but we have been there before without kids, and it is heaps of fun. Oh my God, the food. In Singapore, there's cheap to moderate to expensive food options. So you've got pretty much all the selection there without having to go broke, basically, just trying to feed the kids. Most of the time we ate at food courts, simply because there's so much option at food courts. Obviously you get your Singaporean cuisine, Malaysian, Chinese, Japanese and Western food options. So it's guaranteed to please the whole family. And of course, it's cheap. So we got a plate of Hainanese chicken for 5 Singaporean dollars. So you save money and everyone's happy. And of course, you've also got your big chains like McDonald's and KFC. So if all else fails and the kids just won't eat anything, they'll always have a Happy Meal. Otherwise, make your way down to Chinatown and have some delicious hawker food. There's certainly no shortage of malls in Singapore. Of course, there's Orchard Road for all you shopping addicts out there. This is a strip to visit to get all the retail therapy you could possibly need in your life. And of course, you'll also find your markets where you can get your haggle on down in Chinatown or even at the end of Orchard Road. And last but not least, Singapore provides accommodation options for all budgets. It doesn't have to be expensive, a trip to Singapore. Luxury hotel suites, family-friendly rooms, Airbnb apartments, Singapore's got them all. You can get an apartment in Singapore for well under $100 US. That'll accommodate the whole family. Our favorite booking site to use when we book our accommodation is booking.com because they show a whole range of different accommodation options, from hotel rooms to apartments to villas to anything that you need. And plus, you don't have to pay right away. You can pay when you arrive, which is awesome. If you want $15 off your next booking on booking.com, make sure to use my special code, which I'll link in the description below. Where did we stay on our most recent trip to Singapore? Holiday Inn Orchard Road. Smack bang, pretty much right near Orchard Road. I'll take you guys on a tour inside. Have a look. It's a really family-friendly hotel. It's also a business hotel. Caters for all kinds of travelers. And that's Singapore in a nutshell. If I haven't yet convinced you guys to book your ticket and your next flight out of wherever you are to Singapore, well, then you're lost. We've barely just grazed the surface here. There's so much more to do, see and eat in Singapore. We only had 3 days there on our most recent trip. If you've got more time to spare, I would definitely recommend spending a few more extra days, especially if you're traveling with kids and need to travel a little bit more slowly like we did. As per usual, you already know, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you've been to Singapore, tell me in the comments below, did you love it or did you hate it? Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace out.
Angry, hungry, yes I'm hangry.